Working with YourPMO allows you to keep your projects methodology compliant. Here we can see the set of projects I currently have available to me, and if I select a project and open it, it will open using the method it was built with, the methodology it has defined for its use. This is a diagram, so I can simply point and click my way through the process. If I'm struggling to read it because it's a little bit on the small side in my particular device, I can expand that so it's nice and simple to follow around, and as I open up a particular process, it'll drop me back into the document management. So nice and simple to operate even on a small screen device. It shows me the documents that are relevant for the particular process I'm in, and some hints and tips about what I'm supposed to do with those, and I can then see the files that exist within that particular document. If I want to view a file, I simply select it and then use the View button here for it. That's going to go to the server and bring a copy of that file back to my machine and open it for me. Now, whatever device I'm on, it will open using the associated application. If I have something for reading any type of file on my tablets and smartphones, I can do that. If I'm working in a Windows environment like this, a PC environment, it's going to open using Word or something of that type. And that's going to be the case for every single type of file that we have. If I want to work on a file instead of just viewing it, I can use Checkout here. It's going to get me a file and ask me where I want to put that on my local device. So I'm going to drop it into Downloads here, and I can then open that from that location. And again, it'll open with the associated application for that file type. And once that file's opened, I can then work on it, just as we would do with any other sort of file. So I'm going to make a change to this file. And I can simply then save and close the file down. And I can then check it back in. I find it in my folder of files. I could change the version numbering here to a major increment if I wanted to, or flag it as approved, or give it a description, but I've just simply checked it back in. It's versioned it for me here, and now every time I look at the current version of the file, I'm going to see the changed one. The historical versions are here, and I can go back and see those, and I can see when I changed it and what dates and notes I left, etc., etc. So doing all that librarian type task for me. I can also add new content to my document nice and easily. So if I want to add a file, I can browse to any file that I've got available to me here. That can also include photos. It's very popular these days for people to take smartphone photos, tablet photos of whiteboards or site photos, etc., and add those to their projects immediately like this. So that's added that photo there, and that will now be showing here as a file in the system. So very easy to include that sort of content. We're working our way through the process here. That's our content in the start process, and as we go to deliver process, we'll see the next things we need to work on, etc. So laid out nice and easily for us. This is our 4-step PM process. Uses Prince2 templates, Prince2 terminology. Let's have a look at some of the other projects that we've got within this portfolio. So I've got here some little 3-step projects, very simple single stage delivery, small, compact, easy to follow, uses again Prince2 type terminology. We've also got within here the DSDM a turn type project, and as you can see it following the process with the documents and templates that are associated with that particular methodology. Let's go and have a look at adding a new project. It's a pretty straightforward thing to do. We choose from the available methods and give our project a name, so let's call it test. I'm going to select from the available set of methods here the project type that I want to create. So let's create something we haven't looked at before. Let's use the Praxis framework method. I could choose to add my project to the portfolio at the same time if I want to. Press create project. It's going to go away and build a new project from all that content, which is now done. When we come back and look in our filing cabinet, we see we've got our new project here. When we open it, it opens using this framework, which has got lots of links to the available guidance, and we've got our diagram here. This is a good example of where we might want to expand that till we can find out what exactly it is we're working with, and as we then drop into the documentation, we'll have our sets of templates, etc. available for us. This is great because you're working to a standard methodology. Got all the content and templates here for you, places to put, placeholders to put in the things that you might be expected to collect as you proceed through the process. Easy to interact with from the browser, etc. If you want to go and customize these methods, then you can do that as well. You would do that in the Windows application, so let's switch to there. And if I just refresh my File Explorer, we'll see we've got our new project come in here. So let's open our new project. And we can come through, and here we can work on personalizing this process. So here I could take my identification phase and say, well, actually I may not want to do something. I'm not going to do a definition plan, so I could remove that from the process. It's no longer here. I could then, if I wanted to, add in something new that I want to add to this process. So for example, add a new document, or I could load some documents over from other parts of the process into here, so I can rejig, if I want to, the structure of the documentation within the project. Normally people aren't taking things away, they tend to add extra things as they come up. One project might have health and safety on it, a different project might have some other sort of compliance element, and you can include the content structure for those. Okay, so that's a quick introduction to methodology using YourPMO. Thank you very much.